Hola everyone! Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and if you're new and this is your first time, then welcome. My name is Nikki. I go by Nikki Sunshine. I honestly couldn't even explain to you the origin of that name, but it stuck with me. So anyways, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Today's video is going to be my MAC must-have slash favorites from the viewpoint of a MAC girl, someone who works for MAC. So I have been trained on all things MAC, so I basically know the ins and outs of each product, what it's meant for, how it's, like I said, how it's made, the ingredients and stuff like that. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to share with you a few tips and tricks on how to use these products and what they're best for and stuff. So these are like my holy grail MAC items. Like, these are like my number one thing. So before we actually get started, I kind of wanted to point out something that I feel like is really important to know. If you are a hairstylist, makeup artist, photographer, model, let's see here, a cosmetologist, a nail technician, I believe, you can qualify for a discount. It's called the MAC Pro discount. I'm sure so many of you have heard of it already, but if you haven't, the way to apply is, I believe you can get an application at a store, a MAC store, or you can go online and download the application. You're gonna need, I believe, 2 or 3 things to prove who you say you are and like your credentials and stuff. But from what I've heard, it's actually quite easy to get a MAC Pro card member. So yeah, it's 40% off. I believe some of them are 30. Whoa, the sun just went out. Some of them are 30%, like if you're a student or something, but most of them are 40%. Or actually, no, I think a lot of them are 30. If you're a makeup artist, you're 40%. But like I said, it's a generous discount that really does help when you're like accumulating all this makeup and stuff. So definitely check that out if you think that you can apply and you qualify, and you know, just to see if you get it. There is a one-time payment for, I believe, $35 for 1 year, and then I think $60 for 2 years, but I think it's worth it, especially if you feel like you're gonna buy a lot of stuff. So let's get into the products. Okay, so I'm actually going to start off with their skincare line. I only have like 2 things really from there that I feel like are worth mentioning, but these 2 are like my top holy grail products. So the first one is the MAC Complete Comfort Cream. It looks like this. It comes in a jar. So there are, I believe, 3 or 4 different moisturizers that MAC offers, but this one is the Complete Comfort Cream. So it's triple C. It's the only one, well, it only comes in a jar. There is the Studio Moisture Cream, and then there's the Studio Moisture SPF 15, but one of them comes in this and the other one comes in a little pump jar. The Complete Comfort Cream is hands down the best. I use this because I have dry skin. I use this on clients that are more normal to combo. I don't really use this on clients that are more oily, but if you have dry skin, let me tell you how amazing this is. Like, I don't know how I went on in life without this. It is so good. I think this retails for $33. I will list all the prices down below with all of the names and stuff in case you guys are interested, but this is, I believe, $33. It is 1.7 fluid ounces. But honestly, this does last me a long time, and I use it 2 to 3 times a day when I wash my face at night, when I wash my face in the morning, and then normally, depending if I have to wash my face before I put on makeup, this goes amazingly on before makeup. It's like the best moisturizer that I've ever used, and it just goes on amazing before makeup. Like, I already know the difference of how my makeup is going to look and sit on my skin if I don't put this on before. So like I said, this is just amazing. I honestly couldn't say enough good things about this. If there's one thing you take away from this video, if you have dry skin, give this a try, because your skin just feels like butter baby soft after you start using this for a good week. I absolutely love it, and I will never go without this. I believe this formula used to belong to the brand Philosophy, but MAC bought it from them quite a while ago. So I think this is why it's just so good. Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about is none other than MAC Fix Plus. This is the original scent. The other scents were limited edition. I'm pretty sure they're going to come out again eventually, but this is the original scent. This is the one that's available all the time. This is $22, $22.50 maybe, and it comes with 3.4 fluid ounces. It smells amazing. There is a Japanese Suki needles in this, and I think that is the scent. There's like a bunch of calming ingredients in here that just really helps prep your skin. It is not a setting spray. So I know a lot of people come into the store and will ask me like, hey, I need the blah, 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 and then the setting spray. This isn't a setting spray. You can use it to set your makeup, but I don't think it really helps to ensure the wear time of your makeup. It definitely does make it look better, and it makes it look like it's melted more into your skin, and it takes away that powdery effect. I sell this all the time because once people actually see the difference and I put it on them versus when you don't use it, it definitely does work, you know? And I feel like this is something that I can't ever go without when I do my makeup. So I use this to prep my skin. I use it to like basically set my makeup. But I also, like, when I want to make sure that it lasts all day, I will use the Urban Decay setting spray. But I do use this also because I think this definitely just calms your skin and makes everything just melt into your skin. And it refreshes your skin. It just, like I said, takes away the powdery look. It really does it all. And then the one thing that I really, really, really love it for is to wet my brush before I apply like a shimmery or metallic shadow or pigment. They literally, this takes it to like another level. Like, you think it's shimmery before? No, this has glycerin in it, so it basically helps any of the shimmer and the pigment and the colors to bind together, and it creates like this really nice wet almost paste, but it's like a really thin paste, so it just helps to glide on super smooth and bright and metallic, and it just is amazing, and it smells really great too. So definitely check this out. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the MAC Studio Fix Powder. So this is probably like one of our top sellers in like anything in the store. It looks like this. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. It comes with the little mirror, and then it comes with the underside and then the little cushion thing there. So this is just a great all-around powder if you are combo to oily. If you're dry, I really wouldn't recommend using this because it is a foundation on its own. So when people come into the store and they ask me like, would this be a good setting powder? I say yes, only if you're extremely oily, like an oil slick. So my mom swears by this powder because she's extremely oily, so she'll use a foundation, like a liquid foundation underneath, use this to set her makeup, especially in the T-zone area, and then she'll spray the Fix Plus, and it will take away that nasty powdery look that it can give sometimes, and then her makeup lasts all day, and she'll probably only have to touch up once throughout like an 8-hour period, which I think is really, really good. This comes in such an array of colors. They come in the pink undertones, the yellow undertones, the more neutral undertones, and then they go from really, really light to really deep skin tones. So I think this is a really great powder if you are, like I said, oily to combo, and it's really good too if you just want to wear it alone and not as a, like, let's say, like a setting powder. So check this out. I think this is $27. It's really, really good, and yeah. So the next things I want to talk about are the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Naturals. So we have the Mineralized Skin Finishes, which are basically like our version of highlighters, but the Naturals are face powders. So they look like this. These are just two that I have from my kit. This is Medium Golden and Dark Deepest. I use these, like I said, they're from my kit, so I use these on my clients all the time. They give the prettiest skin finish in photos. They don't have any flashback to them. I don't think that they have any, I don't think that they have any SPF in them, I'm pretty sure. But they are baked in, I believe, Paris or France, somewhere there. And they just are beautiful powders. They're just, oh my gosh, they go on so smooth. They make your skin look flawless. If you find a color that you feel like you can contour or bronze up the skin with, then definitely check these out. If you are looking for an overall setting powder, then I definitely recommend this one. If you are dry, normal, or even a little bit oily, I will still use this on you because I just think that it really does look amazing. Okay, moving on to blushes. I really love these blushes. This one's Dainty and then this one's Warm Soul. We have some of the prettiest blush selection ever, but I think the baked blushes are just brilliant. They're so pretty. They make the skin and your cheeks look just like, I don't know how to describe it. They just give this beautiful flush of color to them. Dainty looks really pretty if you are fair skinned. I know like people that are tan use this too, but I think it looks the best on fair skin. My stupid clock again. Anyways, and then this one is my personal favorite. Even though I'm fair, I wear this all the time because I like more of a bronzy look. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. This is Warm Soul. It's one of our best-selling blushes. It's so beautiful. You'll see the swatch right now, but it's just amazing. I couldn't say enough good things about this blush. It looks pretty on everybody. So this is probably our other bestseller, and this is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. This does have SPF 15 in them. These are just two from my kit. This one's C3.5 and this one is NC20. It's definitely more of a thicker foundation. It is liquid, but it does have that more thicker consistency. It's a definitely more natural matte finish. So if you like that almost I'm wearing makeup look, then I would definitely recommend the Studio Fix Fluid. I really don't think it has flashback in the photography because I've put this on brides and they've never had a problem with it for like flash and all their photos and stuff. So I definitely think the SPF doesn't really affect it. It definitely is buildable. That's what I absolutely love about this foundation is the fact that it's buildable. So you can sheer it out with like a beauty blender and one layer. You can build it up with a brush, go over it with a beauty blender up to like 3 to 4 layers if you have a really problematic skin. Honestly, this is just a beautiful foundation. It really does give that smooth effect to your skin. I've never, like, I honestly can, when I see someone wearing Studio Fix, I can eye it. Like, I know you're wearing Studio Fix because it has that nice smooth layer to it. But yeah, this is such an overall great foundation, and I think this is 27 as well. Another good foundation that I don't think gets enough credit from MAC is the MAC Matchmaster. So this is 1.0, 5.0, and 8.0. So they look like that. These, I have every single one in my kit. I absolutely love this. I use this for brides. If they have more of a, let's say like a nicer complexion and they don't really need that coverage, this is such a good foundation. So it's definitely more of a matte foundation. So I like to use this on people that are combo to oily. I've used it before. This one, it was actually mine, but I put it in my kit now because it was too light for me. But anyways, I use this on dry clients too, but you definitely have to moisturize and prime really well before you use this because it sets really fast. Basically, the technology behind the Matchmaster foundation is that they're very neutral. So they'll like kind of match with your skin. Let's say if you use this one, for me, it'll like match my undertone. So if I'm more yellow, it'll lean more towards the yellow side. If I'm more pink, it'll go more pink. So that's the technology behind them. It also has the SPF of 15 in them, but like I said, I don't really see a problem in flash photography with these, so I really like that foundation, and I really don't think it gets enough credit, especially like even just hearing girls sell foundations at my work. I feel like everyone leads towards the Studio Fix Fluid, but I think that if you can wear this foundation, it's even better than the Studio Fix for you. Okay, and then for concealer, I have actually two that I want to talk about. The Pro Longwear Concealer is such a good concealer. Like, this is one that I know has been on YouTube for so long. I think it's been out for a really long time already, but it is amazing. It comes in a lot of different shades. It comes in the yellow and pink undertones. This is NC20 and this is NC30. They do have corresponding colors with the Studio Fix, but they definitely do run a little bit lighter, as they should. But I really love this for for under eye concealing. It's definitely a full coverage concealer. If you use too much, it definitely will crease on you, so it's you have to use it very sparingly. One thing I don't like about it though is that once you try to pump it out, you can't just do a little bit, like too much comes out. So that's kind of annoying. And then also when you finish it, there's always like some left at the bottom, but you can't ever get it unless you crack the bottle, and it's glass too, so I wouldn't recommend it. Other than that, it's a really good concealer. I've mixed it with, let's say, a really sheer foundation before, and I've worn it all over and it looks really good. I've worn it with a moisturizer and it gave me some coverage to turn into like a tinted moisturizer. I really like that to conceal blemishes. It does, like I said, set a long time because it is Pro Longwear. So it could make your blemishes look dry. If you can wear it, it's definitely a really good concealer if you are any type of skin, really. I use it and I'm dry, so yeah. And then the second concealer I wanted to talk about is the MAC Studio Finish. This is mine. I use this to carve out my brows every single day. I have it in the color NC15. It is the most amazing concealer to carve out your brows with. It's pretty thick, but it is really creamy and it blends out super easily. It has SPF 35 in it, which I guess is good. I really like it because, like I said, it just carves out my brows so nicely to the point where they just look so sharp. That's why my brows look sharp all the time, because I use this. And then it's really good too because I have it in the color NC15. It really does highlight my brow bone and I really like it about it. Another thing you can use that for is to conceal blemishes. That's if this doesn't work for you because you do have those dry like patchiness around them. This works really good because it is creamy and emollient. You should just set it with a powder and then it'll work really well for you. So I really think this is an overall good concealer. I didn't mention this, I don't know why, but this is 32, the Matchmaster. The Pro Longwear Concealer is 22, I believe, and then this is 16. Yes, 16 or 17, I think. Okay, so MAC has, hands down to me, the best eye primers in the game. Like, nothing compares to them. And I have tried almost every single eye primer that's at Sephora, that's at my local makeup store. Like, I actually love MAC primers and I will never stop using them. Okay, so the first one I'm actually going to talk about is the MAC 24 Hour Extend Eye Base, which is the newest one. It came out about 2 years ago, I want to say, less than 2 years. It's definitely really thick and silicone-y, but it holds on to pigments amazing. Like, if you feel like a pigment isn't you know, showing its true color or its shine and glitter or whatever, this hugs all that stuff so amazing, and it just sticks and everything just appears brighter and more vibrant on this. So I really do recommend this if your eyes aren't sensitive. Now this I love just as much. This is the Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This paint pot comes in so many different colors. It comes in actually metallic colors, dark colors. There's a black one if you want to do black smoky eyes. But the two that we sell the most are Soft Ochre, which is this one, and then Painterly, which is more of a pink undertone color. Those are the two that I think are the most universal and you can wear anything on top of, but I like the Soft Ochre because it cancels out my veins the best. And then anyways, you have to set these with a powder or else they will crease, let's say after maybe 5 to 6 hours, at least on me. So if you have really oily eyelids, then I definitely think setting them with a powder is key because there's no creasing if you set them. So I always put this on before I do my eyeshadow, and then I will set it with like a bone colored shadow, a face powder, or a translucent powder, and it works amazing. It works just as good as the other base, but I definitely think that the other base holds onto the pigments and sticks to the glitter a little bit better than this does. So if your eyes are a little bit more sensitive, then this is the one to go with. Okay, moving on to shadow. Okay, so MAC has a million different shadows to choose from. I would say about 90% of them are amazing. They just recently came out with a shade extension line to their shadows, and they're amazing. They have a red color that is great. I think it's called like He Said, She Said. That actually might be a lip pencil, I'm not sure. And then they have like oranges. They're all super vibrant, and even the mattes are buttery and really easy to work with. I think they definitely did step up their game after they saw like Anastasia and Makeup Geek coming out with these amazing shadows. So if you haven't checked these out, definitely go into your local MAC store and check them out. I think only the stores have the extensions right now, I believe. But anyways, The ones that I really want to talk about are the highlighting shades. So nylon is a staple for me. This is my third nylon I've ever gone through in my life. This is always what I wear on my inner corner, on my brow bone, and I've even used this as a cheek highlight before. It is so intense. Like if you want to blind anybody in your life, like this is the one to go with. Like nylon is amazing and it's so pigmented. Almost dropped it. The other one that I really love is Dazzle Light. It's not as intense, but this one is definitely more of a true white gold. The other one is more of a yellow gold. Dazzle Light is just a tiny bit more white underbased, but they just work amazing. I love Dazzle Light. I think it actually has some pink in it too, but I love all of their highlighting shades. They're just so pretty. Shroom is another one. What else? Rice Paper is really nice if you want more of a subtle look, or if you have mature skin, that one is great. Crystal Avalanche is a little bit more chunky, but that one's great too. It's definitely more white. What else? I don't know. A lot of their like Volux Pearl shadows are hands down some of my favorites. Okay, so moving on, I wanted to also talk about a few other shadows. Okay. So this is my MAC palette that I have for all my matte shades. Well, at least the ones that I take in my kit. Okay, so if you can see these giant ones right here, these are actually blushes. So last year MAC came out with a blush shade extension, but they didn't tell us that they were coming out with like giant eyeshadows basically. So this one is Sketch, this one is Swiss Chocolate, and this one is Film Noir. They are so pigmented, as you will see right now. Like, I couldn't even describe to you how amazing these are as shadows. Like, they're some of the most pigmented things that I've ever used in my life. If you want like a super rich, deep outer corner or a really nice all over smoky eye, these are definitely worth checking out and investing into. These are the Pro Pans. That's what I forgot to mention. So MAC recently lowered the prices of their Pro Pan shadows. They used to be $10, now they're $6. So they just match up with Makeup Geek, which I think is amazing. And then plus if you have the discount, they're 40% off, 40 to 30% off. And then these I believe are $17, I want to say, with the Pro Pans, I think. I'll leave them in the down bar below. But anyways, they're amazing. There's also like an orange one, a burnt pepper one. There's so many good ones that you can find as blushes. I love Raisin. Raisin's another one. I don't want to go get them right now because my desk is already full and I think I might drop something and I'm just terrified of that. So anyways, just go check out the blush shades that you think you can use as eyeshadows because they're just amazing. And then the last eye stuff I wanted to talk about were the Reflex glitters. Now these are pro products, but if you go to a pro store, then you can definitely purchase them. You do get your pro discount on pro products, obviously, and you can order them if you are a pro member. But if you are not, like I said, you can buy them, I believe, over the phone, I want to say, and then for sure you can at a pro store. It has to be a MAC pro store. So I know if you're in LA, there's one in Robertson, there's one in the Fashion Island, there's one in Vegas in Caesar's Palace. But anyways, this is Reflex Pearl, Reflex Antique Gold, and Reflex Blue. All of the Reflex glitters are so pretty. You don't even have to wear them as like straight glitters if you're not into that chunky glitter look. They're very finely milled, so they look very classy. Like they're not too over the top if you're not into that look. And I love putting them over like corresponding like shadows. Like I love putting the blue one over like a matte blue shadow because it just shows it so amazingly. But yeah, I love them. So good. Okay, so there are two brushes I want to quickly mention to you. One is dirty, one is clean, don't mind me. Okay, so the first one that I think cannot, okay, so honestly, I really think that MAC brushes are top quality brushes. I have had one MAC brush that I used to use in like at the beginning of high school for 8 years already. You do have to take care of them and then they will last you. And then you can't just, you know, go like this on a piece of paper dry. Like I don't know, I feel like I've seen a lot of girls complain about MAC brushes like breaking on them, but you just have to take care of them. They're like babies. Like you just have to baby them really, really well and they'll last you. So with that being said, all of the full-sized brushes that you will buy like normally without like a holiday collection or the Nordstrom special edition ones, like those that are not in a set are all handmade. So they're all handmade and put together. The ferrule, I believe, is steel, I want to say. I'll look it up and then I will leave it in the down bar below. But just like all other brushes, they'll shed on you if you get water in this part right here. So every time you wash them, you want to lay them flat to dry so the water will stay where it's at and it won't seep through. And then the glue that's used here is really, really strong, so you can't get water in that either unless it'll start breaking apart. So anyways, this is the MAC 224. There's no other blending brush like it, honestly. I feel like I've heard so many YouTubers say that they stopped using the MAC 224 and then when they went back, they're like, why did I ever stop using it? That's exactly what happened to me. Once the Morphe train hit and we all hopped on and started buying all sorts of different Morphe brushes, I kind of tossed the 224 to the side, so I didn't really use it anymore. But once I went back to it, like there's no Morphe blending brush that compares to this, in my opinion. I just think that it's the perfect size for any eye. It blends out all your shadows amazingly, and I just think it's just so well made. I love it. And I love the fluffiness of it too, because it really just helps to buff out anything that you feel like looks too harsh. So I love this. And I've even seen a few MAC artists use this to blend out concealer. I've tried it before. It's not my favorite, but a lot of people do think that is holy grail to blend out concealer. And then the second one that I wanted to talk about is the MAC 242. Now, this is something that I feel like I can't find anywhere else. Like, this is a flat synthetic brush that I use for pigments, for glitters, for creams. I think that this is just such a well-made brush, and I can't find another synthetic brush that's shaped like this, that works like this, the same. So these are the two that I feel like can't be replaced. I feel like all the other MAC brushes are amazing, but I feel like there are cheaper or other alternatives that aren't like my holy grails, but these two are definitely my holy grails. Like I said, there's just nothing that I feel works exactly like this to put on like lid colors or to, you know, put on creams with. I love this. Well, I have a few of them in my kit too, because I love to use, like I said, to pack on like glitters and cream pigments or any pigments with on my clients. And then I also like this to carve out brows. It works so amazing. Okay, so we finally got to the end. I am so out of breath, but let's just move on. Okay, so last that we have are lips. Okay, so before I get into anything, I know this is kind of random, but I just wanted to talk about the MAC Plushglasses. I love all MAC lip glosses. All the ones that they make are amazing. The lip glosses are pretty thick and goopy, but I personally like that because I think the shine just looks more intense, and I actually really like that because I could feel like it's on. But if you don't like that, then you probably won't like the lip glosses. But I think the MAC Plushglass in Ample Pink has to be my favorite, hands down. So all the Plushglasses are supposed to be plumping. They're not like overly plumping. You can barely feel it, but you definitely have that minty sensation on your lips when you apply it. This color is just amazing. I use it on my brides 24/7. I use this on myself all the time. I have 3 of these, I think. One in my purse, one in my kit, and then one in my makeup collection. This is just an amazing, amazing lip gloss. The color is just such a perfect pinky nude. It's not too pink, so people that are, you know, deeper skin tone can wear it and it won't look too bright on them, but it's not too nude to where if I wear it, it'll just, you can't see the pink. So I really, really like this. I think this is hands down one of my top favorite glosses of all times. Okay, so there's 2 different kinds. There's the Pro Longwear Lip Pencil, and then there's the regular lip pencil. The Pro Longwear is more creamy. It doesn't have that super sharp point that a lot of people like, but they last all day. Like, they won't come off until you take them off. Even if you eat oily foods, I've noticed, they still stay on pretty well. The lip pencils are definitely long wearing as well, but they're not meant to be long wearing like the Pro Longwear ones are. So these are definitely more of, they will come off eventually, but they fade really, really nicely. Some of my favorites are Cork. This is really, really pretty if you are deeper skin tone. I like to use this on maybe NC 45 and down, or NW 40 and down, as like a nude lip liner. It has more of a warm undertone to it, so it's definitely more of a warm brown, but I think it just complements the shape of the lips really, really nicely. I use this obviously because I think it's pretty, and I use this for my darker lip liner, darker lipsticks. Why can't I talk? But yeah, I think this is a really good one. Another one that I like for really nude lipsticks is the Pro Longwear Lip Pencil in Oh Honey. This one is super nude. It has that nice peachy pink tint to it. So if you're into, like, let's say Myth, this is a really good one to match. But I really like this under like nude glosses. It gives me still some definition to my lips, but I still think it kind of makes them look plump. And then my last one, my favorite of all time, hands down, has to be Whirl. This goes with so many lipsticks and liquid lipsticks. Like, this makes my lips look so big, and I can overline them like up to here. No, just kidding. But like, I can literally overline my lips a lot with this lip pencil, and it still looks natural because it just matches the color of my lips really, really nicely. So if you're looking for something, if you don't have any lip pencils and you want to dabble into them, I would definitely suggest Whirl because it's amazing. And those were just a few. I believe the regular ones are 16 and then the Pro Longwears are 20. Last but not least, lipsticks. I don't know if you can even see them, but yes, MAC honestly has some of the best lipsticks in the entire world. Like, I don't care what brand, MAC will always hands down be up here when it comes to lipsticks. Alright, some of my favorites are Blankety, Spirit, Modesty, Velvet Teddy, and Viva Glam 2. Velvet Teddy, to me, is like so nostalgic. Like, I know it's the Kylie Jenner one, but I have had Velvet Teddy for years. Like, I think I still have the original one that I first bought when I was maybe like, I don't know, 13, 14. But Velvet Teddy is just my perfect nude. It makes my lips look full. It's a matte finish, but it's still creamy. The selection of nudes that they have from MAC is incredible. I don't think I've ever seen a selection of nudes so fast in any brand besides MAC. Basically all of these are nudes, but they're just so different and they vary a lot. So I really like them. Spirit is amazing. This is what it looks like. I'll show you guys swatches in a clip right now. And then Blankety I've had for so long. I love Blankety. This is a amplified finish. It's super creamy and it makes your lips look so full. Modesty is a good one if you are a bride or you like more of that pinky tint. And then Viva Glam 2 has to be like my favorite lipstick ever. It just goes with so many people. It has this nice, like, almost, how do I describe it? It has like this nice grayish, pinkish, taupey undertone to it, but it's still nude. It's really strange, but it is just the prettiest lipstick ever. Alright, so that was my MAC must-haves. I hope this gave you a little bit of insight into my favorite products. If I missed anything, I will leave it in the down bar below. I'll leave, like I said, the prices and everything, and I hope you guys really liked this video and found it helpful. MAC is just a solid brand when it comes to their products. I think that they really do amazing products just overall. So just because you didn't see a product in here that you love, I'm pretty sure there's other things out there that you would like that I don't personally use, but they're just a solid brand overall, and I think they're one of the highest leading authorities in makeup out there. So with that being said, I hope you liked this video and I hope you found it helpful. Again, I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and go follow my other social media platforms, and I'll leave them down below. I love you guys.